Hello, my name is Amber Perez, and the nonprofit organization that I will be talking about is the Women's Shelter of Long Beach. The Women's Shelter of Long Beach helps victims of the domestic violence and also provides preventative education to adults, youth, and children. The Women's Shelter was incorporated by Virginia Corbett, a local psychologist, in the year 1977. Corbett donated the house that was used as the first shelter and was one of the first in Southern California. It was a growing movement to provide assistance for battered women and their children. During the 1980s and 1990s, the Women's Shelter offered the individual counseling as well as group counseling and other support groups in community centers in Houghton Park in North Long Beach and St. Mary Medical Center. It wasn't until 1999 that WSLB opened its innovative community-based storefront counseling and resource center. The population that the Women's Shelter of Long Beach targets is any victim of domestic violence or dating abuse, anyone who has escaped, feels that they may have been in an abusive relationship, or just wants to be informed on how to detect early signs of intimate partner violence abuse. There are support groups for women, men, members of the LGBTQ community, and even children and youth services. WSLB states that all victims of domestic violence, including women, men, teens, children, and individuals in same-sex relationships, are welcome at WSLB. Domestic violence is a serious problem and is a major worldwide epidemic. Domestic violence is a repetitive pattern of abusive behavior by an intimate partner. It can include the usage of violence or threats and intimidation in order to gain power and control over the person. Some examples of abusive behavior include actual physical abuse, sexual abuse, psychological or emotional abuse, and economic corrosion. In the United States, battering is the number one cause of injuries upon women. There are many negative health outcomes that come from domestic violence. For example, it can lead to psychological consequences such as anxiety, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, fear of intimacy, suicidal behavior, low self-esteem, and many more. The Healthy People 2020 objectives that are related to domestic violence include injury and violence prevention, mental health and mental disorders, substance abuse, and sexually transmitted diseases. WSLB is a nonprofit organization that helps victims of domestic violence as well as educates elementary school students, college students, and adults about what domestic violence is and how to detect early signs. The funding comes from the following organizations. The mission of WSLB is to eliminate domestic violence through compassionate intervention, education, and personal empowerment. The vision is that WSLB will be recognized as the premier organization that fosters a community free from domestic violence. Due to our efforts, families, individuals, and future generations will have the awareness, tools, education, and support to form and maintain violence-free relationships. WSLB will inspire others to eliminate domestic violence in their communities. The Adult Services Program, Children and Youth Services Program, Outreach and Development Volunteer, interns, and staff work alongside one another to sufficiently combat domestic violence and the effects it has on primary and secondary victims. WSLB also offers services to youth and children and adults. WSLB offers a safe space and confidential environment. The agency constantly reaches out and brings awareness events to children, youth, and adults of the community in order to provide life-changing education. Women's Shelter of Long Beach provides workshops, training, and presentations to give to the public. In addition, it can tailor any of the educational programs offered to fit the needs of schools, companies, and any organization. The programs offered are Building Healthy Relationships, Domestic Violence 101, and support groups. The Women's Shelter Long Beach does many things in order to market their program to the community, such as events like Domestic Violence Awareness Month event, Lead with Love, Family Fun Day, press release, and social media such as their Instagram page and Facebook page. A current health education program is the Building Healthy Relationships program used to teach prevention education through the youth conference. The overall goal of this program is to make a safe space for the youth and adults to have open and honest conversations. In addition, it works to promote healthy relationships between adults and the youth. The goal of this program is to enhance knowledge regarding teen dating, violence, sexual abuse, sexual harassment, the dynamics of abuse in the digital world, advocacy, and seeking support for victims and survivors. If I were to work for the Women's Shelter of Long Beach, I would specifically want to be a part of the children and youth advocates to promote preventative education as well as to help victims of domestic violence. The skills necessary that I will need is to have good listening skills, be caring and compassionate, to show empathy in regard to the situation of the victim. The CBO has worked on cultural competence by having all of their events be to the whole Long Beach community as well as other communities. For example, Family Fun Day had people from Lakewood, Compton, Southgate, San Pedro all come down to Long Beach for this event. There are also support groups for women, children, men, members of the LGBT community, and children and youth. The strengths of Women's Shelter in Long Beach have helped many families overcome the trauma of domestic violence since 1977. They provide victims and their children by providing safe shelter and supporting services. They were even awarded Best Nonprofit in 2017. One weakness that I noticed was its lack of communication with members of the community. I emailed them on Wednesday and have not been given a response. These are the board of directors that make the Women's Shelter of Long Beach what it is today. For further detail on the Women's Shelter in Long Beach, you can call 562-437-4663 or visit them at one of their shelters. Thank you.